When Theresa May became PM, she pledged to tackle the burning injustices in society and demanded that public services explain or change racial inequality. 15 months on, we have her racial disparity audit, showing, among many things, that black Caribbean children are 3 times more likely to be excluded from school than white children, and unemployment for black and Asian people is nearly double that of white adults. Here's our Home Affairs correspondent, Darshna Soni, with a look at the findings.
Florence Nightingale, we all know about her, but there was also a lady called Mary Seacole, and they walked foot to foot, hand in hand, and they did that work together. But she was not mentioned in history. But today...
It's Black History Month, and Abba Graham is keen to teach these young people about African and Caribbean role models.
This is why Black history is important.
3/4 of black primary school pupils here in Stockport don't reach the expected standard in reading, writing and maths. It's the lowest in the country, and is partly why Mrs. Graham founded this centre 8 years ago. She isn't surprised by the findings of today's audit into racial disparity.
We don't have a voice, so because we don't have a voice, we just left. We practically just left. What we teach them here is about being proud of who they are.
The race audit didn't commission any new research. All of the information is already in the public domain and has long been debated, but it's the first time it's been collated together. The audit highlights disparities across all areas. It shows unemployment among black, Asian and other ethnic minorities is around 8%. That's nearly double that of white British adults. When it comes to living standards, around 1 in 4 children in households from an Asian background live in poverty, compared to 1 in 10 from a white British household. But the audit also reveals inequalities for white children, revealing that white teenagers are 4 times more likely to smoke than black teenagers. So these findings are nothing new. As Theresa May herself has admitted, people who have lived with discrimination don't need an audit to reveal the scale of the challenge. What critics want to know is, what is the government going to do about it?
I think it's a very significant day for our country.
Mrs. May said that organisations will be challenged to explain or change the findings. The Prime Minister launched the audit at a diversity event, attended by a selected group of equality campaigners.
We need to understand what is effective in this arena. We've been doing lots of things for lots of years, and it's been a drip feed. So the scale of change and the pace of change is what we need to be thinking about.
One of the few practical measures announced today was the creation of regional hotspots to help ethnic minorities into work. That's something welcomed at the Stockport Community Centre. 32-year-old Nathan Askill is a trained care worker but has struggled to find work. He says it's difficult to explain why he feels it's down to prejudice, but it's something he's been aware of.
Sometimes it just feels like it's unreachable, and it's no fault of any certain person. And as we're talking about the system, I feel like it's just the way it's set up. You've got to go the long road round, and you can't achieve without overachieving, it feels like, anyways.
Abba Graham wants the government to fund practical solutions. She has spent decades working in this community and doesn't want to be going over the same arguments again in decades to come.
And I just feel it's so sad that I'm sitting here with you, 2017, talking about the same issues that we talk about yesteryears, the things that Martin Luther King fought for, the thing that Nelson Mandela spent 27 years in prison for. What are we talking about?
Having published the data, the government now has to show what it's going to do with it to create a society in which all individuals can reach their full potential. Darshna Soni, Channel 4 News, Stockport.